guys, Caleb here, back again with more bad fanfiction theater, and I have a guest who should say something.
Buongiorno!
That was a very delayed reaction.
I'm really sorry. I was trying to decide which language I should give some sort of a greeting, and I was going to say ciao, but a lot of people think that ciao is just goodbye, but ciao is like an all-purpose sort of greeting, farewell, etc. So this was the conflict going on in my head.
It's like that time Dave told me that, I think it was a joke about Superman or something. And, oh no, it was the fatty joke. That's what it was. And I just, sit there for, a minute because I'm drinking water and I have water in my mouth and I'm like, oh yeah, I get that joke. And then I'm like, wait, I should actually say something about that joke instead of just nodding to myself going, yeah, I get that. But, today we will be reading Skull Racer Fighter, a Street Fighter and Skullgirls crossover. And I know Jack all about Skullgirls.
Yay!
Yay! After a quick Wikipedia of it, it's a fighting game with some girls fighting each other, I guess. So if there's some inside jokes or something I'm supposed to get while reading this fanfic, I'm not going to. Also, according to this story's summary, Bison is getting frisky with Vega for some reason.
Well, you know.
Can I just have Vega to myself?
Oh, you can have him. That queen's got more issues than Batman.
I don't know why, but I've always really liked Vega as a character.
He's an interesting character. He's just an asshole.
Yeah, he is. I can agree with that. I do really like that fight between him and Chun-Li in the movie, though. Not the live-action movie, the animated movie. We are reading Skull Racer Fighter by Supa Hado?
Hado.
Hado? I don't
Yeah,
see an
probably
R in there.
Hado.
Hado.
Hado. Like a long O, long O.
Super Hado.
Super Hado, like Hadouken!
Super Hado. That's probably as good as you're gonna get from me. A Skull Racer, damn it. I was reading the title
Go Skull Racer, go Skull Racer,
Go
Skull Racer, go!
I've not seen that forever either. A Street Fighter and Skullgirls crossover with other things, including Speed Racer. So this is going to be one of those fanfics. So I hope you're well versed on an old, 70s anime?
60s, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe it was 60s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 60s, yeah. Tatsunoko 60s.
Greetings, people of the world, says Bison on all of the world's TVs.
Hi.
Hi. He
There you
just
go.
happens to be on every single TV, even if it's off.
Well, at least it beats the Kardashians.
No matter what channel they changed it to, they see nothing but Bison. Suddenly I'm imagining animals instead of the character. I've been watching too much Super Danganronpa too. It has come to my attention. I should probably use the epic voice of Awesome for him.
Yeah, do that. That's a good idea.
It has come to my attention that today... today...
Flawless
victory. Finish him. Okay.
No, not like that. What do you think this is? Look, my name's Johnny Cage. What movies do you think I was in?
That today the moon will eclipse the sun. Wait, the moon with eclipse the sun, showing a magnificent display of those of you who live in the East Coast and Midwest United States.
What the hell? It's like, what the hell? Oh, this is Mr. Bison, your astronomer who's telling you interesting astronomical phenomena today.
Today will be a bad day for Scorpio to go outside. So just stay inside and drink lemonade.
Lunch in the cafeteria today will be tater tots and pizza.
I think the lunch lady's been smoking cigars again. Shut up, Scott. Okay, Mrs. Tate.
It wasn't cigars, and you're not supposed to tell anybody about where I got that. God knows I'd go on a rampage and kill you all if I didn't have that.
Ah, so that's where the special sauce comes from. We're just making this is the other stuff going on at the Valley Girls High School. So, like, totally, Mrs. Tate is, like, secretly a man or something? Because unless she's, like, doing hundreds of cocks all day, I don't see how her voice is that deep.
I'm going to just say, like, Marlboros or Camels Unfiltered.
This is bringing horrible images to my mind, and I don't know why. Oh, I know why, because we're weirdos and we have the strangest conversations sometimes. That's why. This puts the moon in the perfect location for the tachyon copperclay. What?
Tachyon. That's not how you spell tachyon, but maybe it's supposed to be tachyon, but...
What? The
capacitor.
Oh, capacitor. Okay. I have no idea what that word is unless it's spoken, apparently. Tekken capacitor, which I will use to move the moon's orbit and flood the entire east coast. Ellipses. Unless the United States, not capitalized, government pays $500 billion and names me King of America.
Now, funny thing about that, Bison, it may seem like it, but it's not actually a monarchy. I mean, they could name you King of America, but it wouldn't actually mean anything.
No, not unless you decided to, like, do a coup or something. And then that would require taking over the entire country at one time. It'd be really hard to do that.
And it's probably more trouble than it's worth. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I would highly suggest that other countries do the same. At least they ought to be taken completely underwater as well. All the leaders of the world have 6 hours to completely surrender to me and name me the grand ruler and emperor of the world. I thought you wanted to be called a king.
Yeah, King of the United States. Oh, no, King of America. King of America.
Bison laughs as the TVs of the world lose his signal and go static because they wouldn't return to regular programming or anything.
Or he's single, as the case may be. It's you know, anymore when I think of villains like this, insisting that they be named like Emperor of the World, you know, like the world is given to them to control it. I just kind of have to think, how many people would really resist that? Like, most of the people would just be like, yeah, why not? You can't do any worse than the assholes that are already there. And I'd imagine, like, most of them would just be like, yeah, just give it to one person. Just one person can figure this out. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. You know? Like, yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead. You do you, boo. You know, just like, yeah, why not? I mean, this is a harebrained scheme that probably won't work anywhere near what Bison thinks it's going to do. Like, he's probably going to flood himself out before he floods anybody out. But yeah, it's just like, fuck that. Just, yeah, control the whole world. Go for it. You go for it. Fine by me. Like, if Dr. Doom came out tomorrow and was like, yeah, I want to take over the world and just govern it all, I'd just say, yeah, sure. Why not? Look, what the hell, you know? Like, you only live once, or, you know, who knows? Maybe you live more than once. Whatever. It's too short to balk with Dr. Doom. I mean, the guy is very committed. His name is Dr. Doom. You know, like, you can't really stand in the way of someone who is committed enough that he's taken it as his name. You know, I mean, he was presumably named that at birth, but the chances of that are very slim, but possible. You know, and if he was named it at birth, then there you go. There, it's an omen. It's a portent. We're supposed to have Dr. Doom control the world.
I see. Racer X notices this grim message and clenches his fist in anger and fear. I assume this is a character from Speed Racer. I don't remember who it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
That madman! He has to be stopped! But I can't do it alone! I must contact Speed! So he gets in his car and drives to Speed's house because he couldn't call him or something.
Well, you know, these men of action, they have to be doing something.
I suppose. Peacock suddenly, switching over to... Yeah.
Script format!
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of it for some reason. Peacock, hey, there ya, MacGuffin? MacGuffin? What's the big idea? You're just an old rerun. What? I think she's insulting, Racer X or something? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't actually know where Peacock is or what they're doing or what's even going on.
Pops Racer was there, now taking care of Peacock, now that the scientist guy who was in charge of her was dead. The car is... What? I guess a car is taking care of her? Is that what you make of it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, Pops Racer is a good mechanic and very knowledgeable, so he would be the kind of person to take a car to, especially if the person who was maintaining it before had passed away. So, yeah, let's just say that Peacock had a car and she took it to Pops Racer.
Okay.
That makes about as much sense as anything else in the story.
So Pops Racer is a place?
No, Pops Racer is a person, dear.
Oh, okay.
Pops, the guy's name is actually Speed Racer. Like, his first name is Speed, and his family name is Racer. Pops is his father.
Okay. See, I have not seen this since I was probably elementary school, so I have no clue. And even then, when it was on TV, I didn't, regularly watch it. Just sometimes episodes were on, and if it was super early in the morning and there was nothing else to do, I'd watch it, kind of.
It was they also made a film out of it, which was actually pretty good. Although I remember it being kind of depressing to me for some reason. Like, it was well done. It was very, very glossy and pretty, and generally a well done sort of summary of the whole series in just one movie. And I love John Goodman. John Goodman was Pops Racer, I believe, and was just very good in the role. But I remember being depressed by the movie, and I can't remember why now.
Pops took her in and welcomed her to the family, but he had a grave look on his face from the message. That's Peacock, terrorist extraordinaire. Really? Okay. I thought he... Wait, what? Wait.
I think someone forgot to say a name.
Yes. Otherwise, this seems like you're calling Peacock this.
Yeah, and having an odd pause after that's Peacock.
Yeah. That's Peacock, terrorist extraordinaire. I thought he was eaten by a computer.
Like, you practically need the drama button there. That's dun 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 Peacock.
He was eaten by a computer? Computers eat people?
Well, it was the 1960s. That's all I
Okay,
can say.
sure, I guess. Why not?
We all did a lot of antacid in the 60s.
Oh, and
Wait, no, that's not what it was. It was something, anyway. Something like that.
it was the same thing that the lunch lady was doing.
Oh no, she was doing something way different. Just trust. Take it from me. I know what he's on. I ain't gonna touch that.
Racer X breaks into the building with his car. He just crashes through it because he's an asshole.
This ain't a drive-through, boy.
It was far too urgent for him to park and run inside.
Right, as you do. As you do.
Again, because you couldn't call them or anything. Not like you could find a payphone, I'm sure.
Right, because it's so much better when you urgently have to speak to someone to crash your car into their house. That won't kill them or anything,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it won't cause, thousands of dollars in property damage. It certainly won't upset them more than they would be because you've got urgent news for them or an emergency that they have to deal with now because it's clearly urgent. No, that won't hurt the situation at all. That won't possibly make it worse or exacerbate the situation in any way. Let's drive through someone's fucking house. My God.
Did you need that door there? Well, I installed a card-shaped one. I hope you like it. He heard everything Pops did. I think you might want to rephrase that sentence, maybe?
Did you just fart? No, it was my stomach. It was growling. I think you farted. Well, fuck you. You drove into my house. Car's in my living room. Get the fuck out.
It seems as though Bison's spirit has gone into another one of his clones.
What? No.
I think you have the wrong series, my friend. I think you're confusing this with Final Fantasy VII and Sephiroth.
No, like M. Bison actually does have a variety of clones.
Seriously?
Well, Cammy's one of them. Like he has clone bodies built that are from his DNA that are like a backup plan. Like if anything happens to him, Shadaloo have cloned him in enough ways so that his spirit can enter the body. But like that's obviously not what's happened. He is saying this himself. Like they clearly saw just Bison. The clone bodies he's got are not like an exact clone of him as he is now. They're just suited for occupation by his spirit and are of his genetic material. So even though it's clear that Bison's spirit has not gone into any one of his clones, Racer X drove into Pop's Racer's house. Like, Pop Racer will fuck your shit up. Pop Racer beat the crap out of a squad of ninjas. I mean, come on.
Well, what are ninjas really good for, honestly? They're just made in a factory. I mean, look how many times the Hand has had their asses handed to them. Damn it, I messed up my pun.
No, it was actually a very good pun.
So anyway. He has gotten his hands on a ray gun. That would make it so that he could move the moon. Wouldn't he be aware of this? I'm sure they have at least one TV in their house.
Probably, and I would think that Pop's Racer would be able to understand a tachyon, spelling incorrect, capacitor, because he is an advanced scientist.
Changing the tides! Peacock! Where's Speed? We need his help for some reason because I'm sure he can beat up a fighting kind of buff guy.
Wouldn't Racer X just do it himself? I mean, Speed usually would get involved later and find Racer X already in the thick of things.
What? How dare that MacGuffin do that? If that cheese ball comes a-knockin', there will be no more Annie, girl of the stars and stuff. What?
English. Do you speak it?
I think this is supposed to be Peacock talking, but her words make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, they're words. This is
like the joke of somebody speaking jive to you, and you're just like, I have no fucking clue what this man is saying to me. Or leet speak from Mega Tokyo, I guess. Don't worry, Gramps. I'm already the best around. No way he's ever gonna take me down.
Who's saying this? Oh.
Apparently, Speed Racer walks into the scene from nowhere. Speed Racer enters in, not horribly surprised by the wrong sight, in front of him. I guess instead of actually crashing into his house, they crashed into his homepage.
www.speedracerporn.com. We tried to get the main .com, but by the time we got there, it was already taken, and this was the only one that was open, and we're gonna own it.
Yeah.
We're gonna own it.
Get naked, Speed. What?
Look, you're a young guy. You got a good body.
I'm sure there's probably some people who want you and this ex guy. No, wait a minute.
Hey, I just came here to warn you about Imbisa. I have something I have to attend to. Bye. At least that would probably answer the question as to whether or not Racer X is Speed's brother or not.
Well, incest could be a thing. I mean,
well, yeah, but I mean, like, Racer X is always so secretive about it, and he's never willing to talk about it. So maybe something like that would be like, yeah, about that, I need to have a very honest talk with you for once about something.
In front of him now, that he saw Bison's message on TV. What? Okay, he apparently also saw the message, but he had a TV from somewhere. Was he at home? Did he just come in from somewhere? Whatever.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder, was he in his car? Did his car have a TV? Why was he watching TV instead of paying attention?
Doesn't he have some kind of miniature TV or something in his car?
Yeah, I believe so. But he still probably should not be watching television while he's driving.
True. I take it that you saw what happened on TV. Well, thank you for continuing to reiterate this. He turns to Peacock, who seems to be very enthusiastic over the situation. Whoa, way up there, Peacock. We don't need any girls getting in our way. Asshole. I mean, it fits with the time, but still, asshole. Hee, takes a puff of her cigar. Her cigar? Okay. Owls about a knuckle sandwich buster, rolls up her Argus eyes like a sleeve. What
does this mean? What language is this?
It's not English. It must be gangsta rap or something.
What?
I don't know. I just
I'm a
don't.
boss-ass bitch.
Yes, Hushicho, you are a boss-ass bitch. Pop goes between the two. Oh my. Arguing teens to break up.
Not on the floor again, Pops. God, blast it.
To break up any potential conflict. Now, kids, now is the time to be fighting each other on this subject. Having a great car and great gloves are both great responsibilities, you know. What? 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 This wasn't even the thing they were talking about.
Well, you have to add great shoes to that. Maybe a little scarf, a handbag, clutch if you want to, maybe a little shrug.
You two have to prove that you are capable of these responsibilities. What responsibilities? I don't understand what's going on. You mean the Mach 10, even though I don't think that's how you spell it.
Yeah, that is how you spell Mach, but...
Is it?
Yeah, but
there's an E in there somewhere.
No. But like, where did this come from?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean the Mach 10? Yeah, because I was totally talking about that. That was totally a thing we were discussing before now. It's totally natural that you think I was talking about the Mach 10, because we were totally involving that in the conversation.
Yeah, it was a natural progression of things. You bust into somebody's house, you hit their home site, turns out it's a porn site, and you and this other dude get naked, and now we're talking about cars. Because I guess hot guys on hoods or something. Didn't some of these people watch Utena?
I hope not. God damn. Yeah, that whole film thing was very problematic. Just watch an A and B and just be like, yeah, lesbian cars.
Yeah.
We're done here.
If you can find the one that I watched at a convention one time, oh my god, that was hot. Like, they did it, and I'm just like, yeah, I could be into these guys, even though I've never seen this anime before. And then you watch the review of the movie, and you're just like, CJ, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's actually not really hard to figure out what's going on. It's just like, people will overcomplicate the fuck out of it in an attempt to try and find some meaning to it, when it's just like meaningless bullshit. Like, it's what a friend of mine's father used to call extemporaneous bullshit. He allegedly meant extraneous, but I like the thought of extemporaneous bullshit so much more, because it's so much more evocative.
You mean the Mach 10? It's finally finished. Speed exclaimed in excitement, and that was a question, apparently, that I didn't actually phrase as a question. Whatever. And what do I have to prove? I'm already the strongest there is, Gramps. Sits down on Andy the Anvil.
Can
What?
we have a subject with these sentences?
Please, we don't have time for this arguing. Why are they still arguing? I don't even know what they're arguing about, said Racer X as he blared the car's horn that he still had, apparently.
Blard. I love how the extra R just adds so much more to the word. Blar. It's almost like an onomatopoeia, like he pressed the horn and it went, blar.
That's what the Valley Girls say when they're reading something they don't like. Blar.
Oh my god, blar. Can you just die? Oh god.
If we don't stop Bison, then it should be then rather than than.
Yeah.
He'll be the supreme ruler of America, because America! Hell yeah!
We don't know how government works.
Apparently not. Apparently this means there'll be no rebels, no resistant fighters, and nobody going, fuck you, let's give him the middle finger. Maybe even the world, following an agent who was delivering him the components to the Tachyon something or other capacitator. There we go. I found that his base of operations is in a secret cave just north of here. Convenient.
I love how it says secret cave just north of here, like it wouldn't be a secret. I don't know. It just seems excessive to say his base of operations is in a secret cave just north of here. Well, of course it's a secret. Did he put signs up about it? Like base of operations.
Follow this sign to secret cave for secret operations to sign up to be secret soldier dude. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Just show up with your resume. Peacock, you are going to have to get in the Mach 5 with speed. Why such a lower number than the Mach 10?
Well, he generally does drive the Mach 5, and I don't know why it's suddenly gone up to Mach 10. Wouldn't there be several other Machs before you get there?
Yeah.
You'd imagine. Maybe I'm just forgetting, but helpless shrug.
Maybe it's completely rebuilt and restructured and new, and so they decided to, much like Windows, just completely skip over the number 9 and go straight to 10. I'll catch up to you later. Racer X rolls out of the wall and down the highway. Thanks for saying you'll pay for that, asshole.
So, did he get in his car, or did he just lie down on the ground and just roll away?
Apparently what happened here is he went through the wall, stayed in his car, did some talking, then backed out and left.
I'm just imagining him bodily rolling down the highway, just like a dude rolling down the highway.
Speed looked disappointed as Racer X left. I won't like it, but looks like you're going on with me, Peacock. Why? Why did we suddenly decide she was going after we said she wasn't? Just because X says that that's a thing that should happen?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, we know who wears the pants in that relationship.
Yeah. Not a surprise, really.
He put on his helmet and hopped. Okay. In the Mach 5. Hurry, I'm going to use the Hyper Turbo to get us there as fast as possible. Because, that's not sneaky or anything, and I'm sure they'll really, notice us with all the noise that's sure to come from this.
Yeah, hopefully we don't crash through a wall either.
Well, they'll probably crash through the cave wall, that's assuming it gives in.
Yeah, well.
Grr, if I gotta. So now you don't want to go?
You are just,
Hushicho has become possessed by a demon, look out.
There is no Hushi, only Zul.
Only Zul. Are you a god?
Yes, of course I am. Oh.
Good. I don't have to kill you then. She, pulls off their eye?
What?
somebody pulls off their eye, because apparently we don't know if they're male, female, or both, and slaps it on the ground.
That or they're a collective gestalt entity.
Maybe they're like, what was that character? Black Panther?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, that wasn't the wrong thing. I'm thinking the other, there was a character, and Kelvin talks about Mazinger Z or something like that. I can't say.
Mazinger isn't really a gestalt entity, though.
Well, was there not a character that was like half female and half male, and they were
Oh! Yeah, Baron Ashra. Yeah, that was one of Dr. Hill's experiments, and yeah, that is true. There is that character. That's a trip down memory lane.
I'm going really deep for my references this reading, so how many have I made now? Some of them been kind of correct.
Hey, dig deep. We'll get conversation. Maybe we'll get controversy. We'll get controversy, and people will be like, "Hey, did you listen to the latest Bad Fanfiction Theater where they talked about Baron Ashra and Speed Racer porn?"
And Caleb totally got it confused with a completely different character from Cutie Honey who had nothing to do with that whatsoever. Pulls off their eye and slaps it on the ground, hopping into it. Into their eye? Into their eye. After pulling it out of their head, a hole appears in the Mach 5's passenger seat.
I'm gonna just take a leap and assume this is some move in the game that I have not played, but it would seem like it would be less trouble just to actually open the door and get in the car.
Yeah, like let's go to the garage where I'm sure it's parked, jump in, and let's go.
Yeah, I that would be a bit less traumatic, maybe?
Perhaps. Peacock hopping out of it. She picks up the hole and slaps it back on her face. Because it doesn't turn back into an eye or anything, it just turns into a hole.
This just makes me think of, like, it should be a euphemism. I'm gonna slap the hole back on your face. Yeah.
Now we're thinking with portals. She puts her feet up against, yes. Okay.
Against.
Okay. The dashboard. Is that supposed to be 2 words?
I think it's supposed to be 1, but yeah, right. At this point, there's so much else to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna nitpick that. I was just like, I wonder if that's supposed to be 1 word or not. I don't know. And lies back. Take the scenic route, even though we're supposed to be in a hurry.
Yeah, let's take the scenic way. Let's just take our time, because that eclipse can wait. Celestial events often do.
This time, you better keep Lenny away from the exhaust pipe. Who the fuck is Lenny?
Okay, I'm okay.
You need a minute?
No, I'm okay.
I don't know why we're laughing. When he blows up, he really does it in a big way. Oh my. I see. So that's why he shouldn't be near the exhaust pipe. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Know what I'm saying? Speed still remembered the massive explosion caused the last time Peacock was in the Mach 5. Because she's related to somebody named Lenny, I guess. And keep your hands off the steering wheel this time. Why would she be grabbing for the steering wheel if she's in a passenger seat? Is this suddenly going to turn into Roger Rabbit where they're freaking out because they're being chased by the weasels? And then they just accidentally rip the steering wheel off the cab?
Fuck!
Pulls out a childish glass with a cat design on it filled with orange juice and a large bendy straw. Because whoever can do this can apparently pull shit out of nowhere.
I really am so irritated by the fact they seem to keep omitting subjects. Don't omit the subjects, they're kind of important.
Yes. Don't worry. Just put the pedal to the metal there, bub. Waves her hand dismissively at him.
Because that's exactly what you just said about taking the scenic way.
Annoyingly, he puts the pedal to the metal.
Annoyingly? How is it annoying now?
I think we meant that he's annoyed at her, but that's not... You don't want to use that.
Yeah. Not very good modifying there.
Having Peacock around was worse than having Chim Chim for him. Now see, I remember who that is. It's like she was his long-lost sister, who they lost when Pops took them on the boating trip 10 years ago when Speed couldn't remember much of anything, even though I specifically remember it was 10 years ago, and it was a boating trip that my dad took me on. Okay? He puts on the Hyper Turbo, and he is really going fast, as the idea of Hyper Turbo would imply. And one day, I'm going to find the truth about Rex. As I say randomly about whoever Rex is.
Well, I believe that's Speed's brother. And as you may imagine, Rex, Racer X.
Peacock really didn't like being around Speed. Then why did you go with him? Spending time with him was worse than trying to push Lenny up a steep hill. Who Lenny is, I don't know. And why you're hanging out with somebody you don't like, I don't know either.
Yeah, it's not like we spent much more time with Peacock, and she's so much more obnoxious than Speed. Like, Speed's worst quality is being a little bland, but Peacock is so fucking annoying.
She hears Speed talk about his brother and replies, why? Because he's openly trying to engage you in conversation? And you don't like it because, whatever. And replies, Rex, huh? She starts whistling. Come here, boy. Come on, stupid dog. She starts giggling to herself in her seat. You're a dick.
Is there something wrong with you?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Like, who does that? Really?
A dick.
Apparently.
Speed looked angrily at Peacock. Rex wasn't a dog, which I think she would know that. He was my older brother, but one day he ran away from home and never came back. Pop said he was scared to be a racer, but I know that isn't true. He had a reason for leaving. I just know it. Speed said with so much passion that the car sways on the road and almost hit many cars.
Good.
That you probably would be plowing through if you're, like, in Super Turbo. He's probably just pushing up daisies. You're a dick!
What a shit lord.
Takes a puff of her cigar and exhales in Speed's face because, yeah, I totally want him to crash the car because he can't see for smoke in his face. Look, buddy, we're on a mission, so just get to the hideout of Dat McGuffin. You're a dick. Weren't y'all going there in the first place? This character's an asshole.
Yeah, definitely not making me want to play this game. Not that I particularly wanted to play it in the first place, but yeah, definitely not wanting to play it now. He even opened up and talked about an apparently hidden pain in his life that has defined him in many ways. And all she has to say is, oh, his name sounds like a dog's name. Oh, he's probably dead. Wow, what a dick.
Speed nods because he totally wasn't hurt by her being an asshole, and then continues to drive, secretly crying inside, saying nothing else on the way there. Finally, they reach the entrance of the cave, as they could tell by Racer X's car being parked just outside, because it's not like he would hide his car or anything, just in case.
And there's only one cave. There's not more than one cave. There's just a cave in the world. So
yes,
I guess that's why he had to, specify that it was a secret cave, because otherwise they'd have got it confused with the other cave that exists in the world.
We're here, so let's hurry, as we say very loudly to let people know where we are so that they can come and kill us. Gee, thanks. I'm coming. Peacock hops out of the Mach 5 and strolls over to the entrance of the cave. Why would you stroll? This is kind of important that you hurry and go in there.
Because she's an asshole.
I guess. Meanwhile, Bison was at his desk. Okay. Taking a phone call from the President of the United States. Sure. Yes, Mr. President, I do want power with my money. You didn't ask for money, you just said you wanted to be king of of America, my bad.
No, he did ask for money.
Did he?
Yeah, he asked for like,
Oh, right,
$500 billion.
I forgot, right. And I'm also not using the voice, so I will be switching to that now. After all, if I have all the power in the world, then the world is mine. Then what do you need money for? You could just command people to do whatever you wanted them to.
Yeah.
I would suggest not trying to weasel your way out of that part of the deal. Why would they? I would think they'd rather give you money than have you take over. I speak as if I'm not American.
I'm just kind of shrugging like, what ifs?
At least you brought your swimming trunks to work today. How would you fucking know this? How would you know this?
My thoughts exactly. And why would you know this? Like,
maybe he's got a secret crush on the President of the United States.
Like, why would this be a thing you were interested in the first place?
Maybe it's the Read or Die universe, and the President of the U.S. is well known for pissing his pants. I don't know. I've watched a lot of weird shit, okay? And of course I'm gonna read something called Read or Die. I'm a bibliophile. Bison laughs as his eyes flash red. So he's like Yagami now, apparently. And he hangs up the phone.
Maybe his allergies were just really bad that day.
Maybe. I can agree, with something like that. If he's not feeling well and he forgot to take his allergy medicine. I don't know why I can agree with it, but I can agree. It's one of those nights.
Yeah.
Dirk Swaggart? Is that a character from Street Fighter?
Not that I know of, but,
appears in the shadow of the room and steps out. So, big boy, do you need those components to the heat ray I got from those goody-goody racers? Ah, Dick, one of my most trusted followers.
Did you say Dick?
Oh, Dirk! I thought his name was Dick! My bad. I think I'll take those heat ray components. Bison rose from his chair and turned his back, for some reason, looking at the country of Shadaloo out the window. Wait, what? Turned his back, looking at the country of Shadaloo out the window. Because he has a place that he actually conquered and turned it into Shadaloo, I guess.
I don't remember it being a sovereign nation, but hey!
Well, more power to you, I guess, author. I trust that it'll be ready and operational before the eclipse. Oh, of course, because I was able to retrieve all the components from those fools.
What? Don't never do this. Never do this. Never put quotes around something you want to emphasize. It always looks goofy. It looks like those cake wrecks where someone put quotes around something, and I'm doing finger quotes even though you can't see it. If you put quotes around something, it doesn't emphasize it. It makes you envision someone saying it facetiously or dubiously, like, "Oh, I see you got a new outfit." When you're trying to cast shade, like, "Oh, you got a new outfit," when in reality they're trying to say that you got a new shirt that wasn't new and doesn't look very good. It's just like, when you put quotes around something, it's not emphasis. It's not like italics or bold or something. It's just someone kind of being douchey.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this peacock person is such a nice person, and she's so funny. That's how you would use quotes. Oh, you're so funny, aren't you? You're being so funny, and I'm putting quotes around funny.
See, I didn't actually ever think of that because when I write on my own, because it's easier just to write in Notepad or something so that you're not being hit by all the red and green squigglies
Uh-huh.
in Word and all that. It's just more fluid if you're not having to focus on your typos. But Notepad doesn't exactly have italics. And so, of course, I'll use the single quotes, if you will, to note to myself if I need, italicize something later when I port it over to, do spell checks or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine to mark it as long as you do something with it later. And
But see, I never actually thought of it like that, and so I don't know. For me, I can always tell, I guess, inflection, like when it's supposed to be emphasized or not. I don't know. I never really thought of it like that until you pointed it out that way.
well, and with if you have something quoted inside of double quotes, you're supposed to use single quotes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what that is. It's like quotes around something, and that always means for me that you are kind of saying it dubiously, like this is, oh, that's a nice car you have there, and it's like it's like Power Wheels or something,
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something I ever thought of, but that is a good point to bring up, because if you have the ability to use italics, and you pretty much do online now, make sure to use them, because you could confuse readers by thinking somebody's kind of being a dick here, when maybe they're not meaning to be.
Yeah. Although I pretty much think every character in this is probably meaning to be a dick, and
Yeah.
they're succeeding.
Yes.
Well,
I bet those racers have been fair and honest their entire lives, because somebody who's fair and honest is, totally a goody two-shoes, who doesn't drink and don't smoke or swear or anything. Swaggart puts his hands on his hips effeminately. Hey, I gave this guy the correct voice. It will be ready to go in 10 minutes, because I can just whip it out and get it ready.
Wait, a heat ray?
Yes.
You're going to manipulate the lunar orbit?
No, I think this is in conjunction with.
Oh.
Excellent. And do you have the cosmic coordinate codes I requested from the Fredonian space program correct? But of course, only the best for you, Bison. Swaggart then pulls out a slip of paper from his pocketless jumpsuit. Did he keep it inside the jacket? The jumpsuit, I mean? Like when a stripper has nothing really on but her panties, and she just kind of sticks money in her panties because she doesn't have pockets?
I think he should be familiar enough with Bison to use his first name, Melvin.
That's why he only goes by a single letter. Everything is going quite according to plan. Boy, I inflected that sentence strangely. But anyway.
Well,
Bison takes the piece of paper from Swaggart, his eyes glowing red from the glee. And his chin bulging sharp. What?
What?
His chin bulging happily.
Does he have a chin erection? What's going on? Never heard of a chin stiffy. That's new on me. I thought I'd heard everything.
Well, see, that's when you're trying to teabag somebody.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
That's it. Suddenly, his happiness is ruined by red lights flashing and an alarm sounding. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! With an extra pointless period. Bison morbidly frowns.
That's an odd descriptor.
I want you to go out and destroy those pesky intruders. Pronto! Because Bison speaks like that. You got it, boss. Swaggart suddenly has a laser gun. Well, thank you for telling us it suddenly, because even you don't know where the fuck it came from. The same place he got that piece of paper from his pocketless jumpsuit.
It's Everybody seems to be pulling things from nowhere here.
And slowly walks out of the room, because I'm trying to seduce my boss, I guess.
Get him, girls. They hit Buddy.
Bison smiles as Dirk leaves the room. He looks to those comics.
Well, you know how Bison is, you know, he's like, I don't know if he's going to get these, so I'm just going to draw him a picture.
Comics coordinates again. The fools had not realized his true plan, which was to take over the world with comic books, apparently. It's evil Linkara! It's evil Kara. Bison reached into the drawer of his disc, I see, and pulled out a black alicorn figurine with blue hair.
At least it's not a Unipeg, right?
Fuck you, Mael. With blue hair that suddenly sprang to life, dancing in his palm.
The hair?
I guess. Suddenly, it zaps Bison with purple energy out of its horns, surrounding him in it completely and making his eyes glow purple instead of red now. All these years, you've been trapped into the moon. What? Oh, this is Bison speaking. I thought it was the pony.
I feel pretty.
I'm feeling pretty today. Wearing women's underwear. Anyway. All these years you've been trapped into the moon, Luna. Suddenly my little pony. Damn it. But that will be no more. Bison held the figure up high at it surrounded him in more energy. He felt like he could feel the cosmos. He felt like he was the universe itself.
Oh, I feel it. I feel the cosmos.
For 1,000 years you have been imprisoned within that rock, unable to move or do anything. That's why you contacted me physically.
Psychically.
Oh, psychically. I was about to say, physically, I thought she was trapped in the moon. How could she do that?
He does specifically say that she was unable to do anything. Like, unable to do anything. Contacting someone psychically is rather a major thing.
And gave me even more power than I ever dreamed up. I will be more powerful when the day is over, though. Just an aside. For you shall be free. Together we will go to the land of Equestria. Along with Hitler, apparently. And I will take the elements of harmony. I shall be the Pony Prince. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Bison, just bless your heart. Just bless your heart. Like, fuck.
Apparently he really likes the show. I would have never thought Bison, of all people, would have been into My Little Ponies, but you know, that's okay. It's okay to get in touch with your girly side every once in a while.
Where did I put that vodka?
Ruling pony and man alike, alongside you as we banish Celestra into another dimension. Why not just kill her? And all I have to do is collide the moon into the Pacific. Wouldn't that maybe, really hurt the Earth and kill maybe everybody?
I don't really see how colliding the moon with the Pacific Ocean would really help if you want to control Earth.
Why not just blow up the moon? Piccolo did it.
Well, you know, that would probably cause more problems than it did in Dragon Ball, but this seems a very ill-considered plan with probably more dire consequences than we're actually dealing with here.
Bison cackled manly. Bison cackled madly, overwhelmed by his madness and power as he...
Wait, he crackled? He crackled!
He did crackle instead of cackled. My bad. Bison crackled.
I just noticed that. He crackled?
Snap, crackle, pop. Madly overwhelmed by his madness and a sudden urge to eat some cereal and power as he put in the coordinates into the tachyon capacitor to move slowly into the Pacific.
Move.
Yes. M-O-O-N, that smells move. The world will be born anew under the flames of bison.
Under? I can't believe I've just heard that sentence. Like, this is where we are.
Yes. Burst in! Not so fast! Grimlock.
Who burst in? Use your goddamn subjects!
We did, and we said enough with this story. Fuck it. Bison looks to his door enraged with rage. What happened to Swagger guy? Did he get his ass kicked by the whoever?
Well, it was Apple Teeny Hour at the gay bar, and he just nipped out for a second thinking, nobody's gonna miss me, it'll be fine, everybody will take care of everything, I won't even be missed. Then he comes back and everybody's got their ass kicked, and there's minions all over the place, strung out, unconscious, oh shit.
Bison looks to his door enraged with rage. Who dares interfere with the will of the mighty bison? I just keep imagining an animal. I know.
The majestic bison.
He seemed to be crackling electricity from his body now.
Well, at least he's crackling for a reason now.
He draws his long sword, the Zanma Okami. Bison has a sword?
It's news to me.
I don't know who's talking here. I am the White Void. I am the Cold Steel. I am just sword. Okay. Starts rubbing the blade.
Oh, this is getting wrong.
You mean it wasn't wrong beforehand with some of these?
Point.
With blade in hand, shall I reap the sins of this world and cleanse it in the fires of destruction? I still don't know who's talking.
He cut off his own.
Gets in a fighting stance. I am Hakumen. Is this a new character? I don't fucking know.
Who knows?
I am Hakumen. The end has come. I don't know.
I am a grandfather from India. I have lived here all my life.
I don't know who you are, but no one comes to take off my head. Who's doing this? The Highlander?
Nobody even said anything about that. Why are we making these huge leaps in conversation? We're missing major parts of this conversation. It's no wonder he's fucking crazy.
Magnetic pulse! Rah! Bison holds out his hands and sends a wave of magnetic energy at Hakuman. Yeah, I guess this is a brand new character now.
What?
The magnetic energy sends shocks throughout Hakuman's robotic battle body, his robot body, as he is stuck to the wall. When did he get stuck to the wall? Did Robotnik show up and shoot out some metal goop from his butt?
I think it's the magnetic energy, which it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be actually influenced by magnetism just because it's metal, and usually a lot of metals aren't, affected by, whatever.
Rah! What is this new magic of yours, Grimmalkin? I shan't be bound by this. I have received power from the almighty Luna, who's somehow a deity. I thought she was a queen or something. She does not want me to rule this world. She wants me to destroy it. Then why were you talking about ruling shit earlier if you were there to destroy everything? He levitates Hakumen above the ground and throws him into the desk. And nor you. Okay. And nor you, nor Speed Racer can stop me. Slams against the desk. Kia, you shall not succeed, monster. The Hoofy crisis shall never happen again.
Have I told you about my grandchildren?
That's not even what I'm going for, but apparently that's what that sounds like.
I don't know. I decided something and I went with it. It's probably just me being crazy.
We're all crazy here in hell. Hakumen then focuses all the energy in his body and throws his sword at Bison. The sword hits Bison in the shoulder, piercing through it. Arrgh! You will pay for that, you ancient machine. How do you know he's ancient?
I guess they have a history. They probably dated like once.
He takes the sword out and lunges at him, screaming, Psycho Crusher!
Okay.
Disappear, nightmare, squall, squall! Dashes forward and grabs his sword, slashing at Bison because somehow he can grab the sword, turn it around, and start hitting Bison with it again before it pierces him. Slashing at Bison despite the onslaught of his Psycho Crusher. Will try and push through the dark energy to save the world! What a world! What a world! To be continued?
I will tell you all about my grandchildren.
Oh yes, tell us all about the grandchildren.